a lot of you are very modest and you don't identify with the chosen one or an empath, and it's because you see yourself as not perfect, and you think, some of you might think, oh, it's narcissistic to say chosen one, and I totally understand everyone's point of view, right? But I want you to understand that there's people in this world, and you may be one of them. That's why I've drawn up a list of signs that you have a special soul. You see, a lot of these souls in this world are corrupted. Okay, they're corrupted, and I'm not saying you're perfect. I know I'm not perfect. Okay, but there's a thin line between love and hate, and there's you can differentiate these dark, evil souls compared to special souls, beings of light. Okay, so the first sign is you've always felt different, so you may not have quite fit in. You may have had friends, okay? You may have had company, but you was always seen differently, right? And you might not have been proud that you saw differently, and you may not have just quite fit in. Or you could have been a total outcast, right? You just didn't fit in at all, all right? But it's about you, you always felt different, all right? You felt different from people. So that's a good indication that you have a special soul, because so many people are fake in this world and they're all about image and stuff like that. So this is a huge indication that you have a special soul. Remember, like, you might not have all of the signs, but you may have some of them. So number 2, you feel deeply even what others can't see. So you may pick up a vibe with someone that's just off. You pick up a vibe and no one really even believes you, but you just get a sense of someone. All right. This is your intuition. You being able to feel others' energy as well. Okay. Many empaths will identify with being able to do this, or chosen ones will be able to identify with doing this as well. But like I said, many of you are very modest. You watch the content and you don't identify as a chosen one, right? And I think you need to. It's very modest of you, and you need to realize that you do have a difference in your soul. There is a difference in you. So, yeah, picking up on vibes from people. You always could pick up on vibes from people, right? And you may not have gone with it. You see, you may have ignored it because of someone's advice or something like that, but you had these gut feelings, you had this intuition, and you pick up a vibe from these people, so you feel what others can't see. Okay, in other words, it's seeing beyond the veil. Number 3 is your presence triggers people. You may not have realized, but you may have got into altercations or other types of situations because people are very triggered by your presence. Could be, let alone your words before you even speak. People are very triggered by your presence. All right. I didn't understand what was happening to me, but when I'm at work, I always pick up a vibe from people. They're very triggered by my presence. This happened through my whole life. Okay, I didn't realize it, but I didn't notice it, and that's what I'm saying. You may not notice that these things are happening. You may associate it with something that's wrong with you or something that's a fault. No, it's your presence triggers people. When you walk in a room, your presence triggers people. And I'm not saying you may have diamonds glistening all over you, and you may look, you may be very what's the word? Eccentric, or where people look, but you might not be. You may be trying your best to keep hidden, to keep in the shadows. And it's just your presence triggers people. All right, they get very irritated and triggered by you. All right, and that's where a lot of people going behind your back and things like that happen, because they're triggered by your presence. So this is a huge sign as well. Number 4 is you go through intense spiritual or emotional tests in your lifetime. Hard tests. You often look upon other people and you're like, no way. Like, you feel like you've got it harder. You feel like you've had a harder life. This is because, God or the universe gives you harder tests than others. I know it might not seem fair, but you go through. I believe that you know that might not be backed up. Some people may disagree, but there's sayings like you know, God gives harder tests to his people, you know, or the universe or whatever. Like you go through these intense tests. Okay, it's hard for you, but it's because you are a special soul. All right, and number 5 is you can't stand injustice or authenticity. Inauthenticity. So these fake people, you can't stand it. When you figure someone out to be fake, phony, you know, you can't stand it. You know, like this is a huge sign. Okay, this is a very, very significant sign. All right, because not a lot of people are like that. They might say they're like that. Oh yeah, I'm only authentic. They might say this stuff, but really they're just phony. Right? I'm talking about to you, the real authentic one. That's truthful. I'm not saying you're perfect, but you're real. And these fake people, these inauthentic people, and people that cause injustice, it really angers you. You can't stand it, you know. So that was number 5. Oh, this one, yeah, this is another one. Okay, 6. You heal without trying. You don't realize the impact you have on others. And then you heal others with your words, with your time, with your listening skills, and you're able to have a profound effect on others. Okay? Narcissists get very insecure because you often attract broken souls. And narcissists and these toxic individuals get very insecure about your healing qualities because they feel like you're going to heal other people. And they get very, very, very possessive where they only want you to themselves. Not only in romantic relationships, in friendships, and all the sorts. This happens, okay? And it's because you have healing qualities, you offer solid advice, and they may never pay you your dues or even make you aware that you have these qualities. And that's the thing. Many of you have gone through life unknowing of these qualities. Likewise, I said I went through unknowing that I triggered people, right, through my whole life. I didn't realize I triggered people, but I did. And this is what I'm saying. Some of these signs you may have gone through your whole life and not recognize them, right? This is actually what's happening, okay? So, yes, you heal others without trying. Okay, this is something you do with your listening, with your words, and like I said, these toxic individuals get very, very insecure about you having healing qualities. They're very possessive. So that was number 6. Number 7 is you've been attacked for simply just existing. All right, someone's just gone out for you, gone out to get you. Right. Could have been a smear campaign. Could have been some kind of, they've just gone full out to get you, and you're like, what? Could have been a friend. Could have stabbed you in the back. Could have done something. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is a huge sign. This is kind of similar to the trigger. You see, people will lash out. They will do things. They will oppose you. They will try to drag you down. Like, beyond narcissism and everything, toxic individuals, all these types of people in the world, right? You know, there's some, I know they say personality disorders and all that. There's some fucked up types of people, right? Excuse my language, but there's beings of light, okay? And some beings of light identify as chosen ones and stuff like that. And like I said, I will repeat myself, many of you find yourself to be very modest and you don't identify as an empath or a chosen one. And it's because you need to know that you have a special soul. So if you're still hearing this video, then probably some of these signs are working for you, or they're similar to your experience. Number 7 was, number 7, just to clarify again, was you've been attacked for simply just existing, right? This is often from people that are your closest, people that are your nearest and dearest, people that you believed in. Could have been your family, could have been your, black sheeps. All of this, people identify with this, right? And it could have been your romantic partner, could have been your family, could have been anything, right? Could have been your friends, all right? Could have been at work. You've just been attacked for simply just existing, all right? And the last one is you draw to higher truths. You're in search for higher truths. You want to know more. Okay, you may have gone through a lot of your life asleep, but maybe you always thought outside the box. Maybe you always was drawn to higher truths. or now maybe you're drawn to higher truths, now after you're awakening and things like that. So this is a sign that you have a special soul, and you should feel proud and privileged and grateful. That I want you to encourage and not compare yourself to anyone else, and just know, look at a point of reference, not comparing, but just as a reference point, that you have a very wonderful soul, a unique soul that no one else has. Okay, and you know, it's very special. You should be very proud of who you are, despite what you've gone through, despite the hardships, despite the struggle. Okay, so yes, like just realize I thought about this, and I realized that a lot of you don't feel like a chosen one. Part of the devaluation from narcissists and toxic individuals and stuff like that, and people think that chosen ones and empaths are floating around on clouds, and there's just a wrong misinformation. Okay, like there's homeless chosen ones, there's homeless special souls, there's homeless, you know, there's people that look like they're a mess, right? They're homeless, they haven't got anything, they may be strung out on drugs, they may be like this, but they've got a very special soul, authentic, real, okay, and they've been given some hard tests, okay, tests of wealth. That's one of their tests. They're going through tests of wealth, you know, struggling. Everyone goes through a test of wealth to some degree, but some people lose their homes, some people, and there's people in this world that don't understand that, right? There's people in the world that look down on people, and that's what the misconception comes around, that special souls, chosen ones, empaths, look down on people, and they don't. They're the actual people that don't look down on people, all right? They shake the hand of the toilet attendant the same as they would shake the hand of royalty. This is how authentic souls move, all right? So just to clarify the signs again, the first one was you've always felt different. The second one was you feel things deeply, even what others can't see. The third one was your presence triggers people. The fourth one was you go through intense spiritual or emotional tests. The fifth one was you can't stand injustice or inauthenticity. The sixth one was you heal others without trying. The seventh one was you've been attacked for simply existing. And the eighth one is you're drawn to higher truths. So anyway, thank you so much for watching today. I really appreciate the support. Please book a session if you'd like to. I'm now available 24 hours across all time zones. Also, I'm now offering private custom videos delivered within 24 hours that will answer questions or concerns you have. I'm aware that many of you may have situations and stuff like that that are very hard to talk about or difficult to, but this is what I mean. I can make a video about it and send it to you privately. It won't be uploaded to YouTube. I need to clarify that, because this earlier announcement I was putting out, I think people think I'm going to upload it to YouTube, and I'm not. And some of this stuff can't be covered on YouTube, right? I was doing video requests on a membership channel, but I've decided to do this now instead. As well, you see, the people that are members can get requests, but you see, there's certain stuff you can't really talk about on YouTube, or they let you put, you can talk about it, but they don't push the video out and it doesn't get seen, you see. So anyway, I've gone off topic. Back to the thing. You're welcome to donate or support to the channel if you want to. Check out the spiritual channel for more content. All links you need in the description box below, and I'll be back with another video soon. Hope you all have a blessed day, week, weekend, whenever you're watching this, and I'll be back with another video soon. Peace.